All right, so welcome back. This is the second part of the video. We're going to be demonstrating how to create a profile as well as a reservation. So as you can see here in our screen, you'll see that this is the dashboard. And one of the things that you need to know is when a guest calls to make a reservation, the first thing that you need to ask the guest is whether he or she has stayed with us before, because in the system it will show that they have previous history with us rather than creating a whole new profile. Because think about it this way: if there's already an existing profile, then you just find that person and you create a reservation under that name. So let me walk you through in this example. Here you'll see that we went into client relations, then profile, manage profiles, and then you always have to start here with the last name. So you ask the guest, what's your last name? She says Lopez, Jennifer Lopez. So here you will notice that, yeah, this person has stayed with us before, and then we look into something called I want to. In this stage, I want to, here we can be able to create a reservation. So when we click that, it takes us into the stage where we can look up the rates to make the reservation. Most importantly, you have to always pay attention to the number of nights the guest wants to stay, the departure date, the number of rooms, and here you can see how many guests are going to stay, as well as additional options that you can share, and then you can search. Based on that info, we're allowed to pull out the rates. So here you can be able to see the availabilities based on that particular day and how many rooms are available per type of room. So here you have like CK, which is a classic, which is 20 rooms available. The rates shows like it's $100. A superior king is 130. So let's select the 131 superior king. So here you can see in this information, when you click on that rate, that information and general description shows, which is excellent for a front desk agent to just be able to communicate on the phone more details about the room to the guest. So if the guest is happy with that, you click OK, and then here it will show you a general stay information, and then you have to always on the phone repeat that information to the guest and highlight the type of reservation. In order to guarantee a reservation, they need to provide a credit card, and then they can always cancel it within the cancellation policy. And then here the source of how the source was done, it was done through, I believe, telephone or web booking. It really doesn't matter for the purpose of this learning experience. And then here you select the room, it shows you the total cost, and that is pretty much it. So here you'll have to provide the credit card information in order to hold the reservation. This is not a charge, this is a hold. And the only time you will be charged is when the guest physically comes and stays. Otherwise, or if they don't cancel on time. Otherwise, it's just a temporary hold. And then here it shows, yep, all good. Go ahead and book now. You click on obviously, you have to put all the information of the guest, select the rule, it shows the night, which is the daily rate plus incidentals, and then we put the amount, which is the rate, which is 130, and book. So here you can see now we have the confirmation number, and you can tell to the guest, okay, sir or madam, Miss Lopez, this is your confirmation number. You repeat the details, and then you let her know that an email will be, a document will be sent to her email, the confirmation. And here you can also put certain type of important notes if you need for anything for the receptionist to see. So when you click on alerts or notes, you can prompt the system to pop something out. So for anyone else that logs in for that guest's name, will show that information as like a pop-up, which is really, really helpful. It's a great communication tool. And that is the total information right here showing the guest's reservation. You have something here where you have traces, alerts, and notes. These are very, very helpful tools when you use a trace. For example, in this case, if you're on the phone with the guest and the guest has a specific request, which has nothing to do with your department, on traces, you're able to tell, for example, housekeeping, because his request, let's say, for example, he or she wants to have guest likes feather pillows. So if on the phone the guest is requesting certain things, you're still allowed to put that information there to communicate with specific departments before the guest arrives. And what they do is every day they pull out the report and they read all these comments and they prepare the room. So it's such a powerful tool. Alerts is another example. Here you can put an alert, say when the guest arrives, contact the front office manager to meet and greet. So here it will show you this pop-up on the screen. It'll go boom, very, very cool. It'll pop out and say contact front office manager to say hello to the guest. So on that particular day when the guest checks in and it's on any other front desk that logs in and pulls out this reservation, that alert will pop out. So he will call the front desk manager to come out and say hi. And that's how you do it.